Hey you guys, today's vlog is a little bit different. Actually, I don't even know if it's going to be a vlog or what it's going to be. But Brucey here has hand, foot, and mouth disease, which sounds so bad. And I just wanted to go over kind of like just his symptoms and what made me bring him to the doctor, and then what you can do from there if you suspect that your kid has hand, foot, and mouth. As you can see right now, he's doing pretty good. Playing. He just had a 3-hour nap, which is like the longest nap he's ever had in his life. Here's some balls. So it all really started on his birthday, actually, which was a couple days ago, July 31st. He was just super fussy. Like, he's a really happy baby, but he started just being so fussy. And after his birthday, I noticed that he had a fever. So the fever was the first thing. He had kind of had a cold or runny nose for like a week before this. But he had a fever, and so I gave him Tylenol. And then the next day, he was just like super fevery, super hot. We had to drive back home, so he was in the car for 5 hours. It was horrible. But he literally would like wake up. He woke up so many times during the night, and we were at my house in North Dakota, and sleep was awful. Hey, hi, hey, come here. Ah. Yeah, you can say hi. Look it. Can you throw the ball in here? Come get the ball. So sleep was the first thing. He was waking up all the time, and he was literally wanting to nurse every hour, like every freaking hour. The only thing he was kind of lost his appetite, and he was just nursing all the time. Bruce,
no touch, no touch. Come here.
Besides the fever, after that, he was just drooling a bunch, which I thought maybe he's just teething. But then he got really bad diaper rash, and he never really has diaper rash very badly. He's never had a problem with that. We always just put on stuff to be preventative of it, and he's never had a problem. But he got really bad diaper rash. And then we got home, and I noticed that there was like, his diaper rash was like spreading down his like cheeks and down his legs. And there was like these little red dots that were kind of like going down, and I was like, okay, that doesn't seem right, because there was one like on his calf, and I was like, well, that's obviously not diaper rash. So then I kept watching it, and on the way home I noticed that in his tongue, like on the tip of his tongue, it was kind of like red. It looked like bloody, like he had rubbed up against, like he had bit his tongue or hurt it. And I was like, I couldn't remember any time that he would have hurt himself, so I was so confused about that. And then Pat found like a little cold sore on the other side of his tongue. And I just started seeing a couple, like, I wasn't sure if they were actually red dots, but like on his arm, one on his hand, and then he got this one on his mouth. And I was like, Pat, like, what if this is chicken pox? Because it kind of looked like chicken pox. So then we set up an appointment for like 2 hours. And within those 2 hours, I saw more red dots around his mouth. And I was just like, dude, I think it's hand, foot, and mouth, because I looked it up and it said fever, mouth sores, irritable, something cranky. Well, anyways, I brought him in, and I had told them that I thought it was hand, foot, mouth, which it was so, like, I didn't really know anything about that. I was just like, hey, it might be this. And I thought that I would need antibiotics for it, but you actually don't. It's a virus, so it does go away on its own. What it is pretty much like blisters or sores that go in the back of his throat. That's why he was drooling so much, because it hurt him too bad to swallow, which is so sad. And so that's why like eating food was like, he was just not interested in that. And then he got a couple on his fingers and on his legs, and then a few on his feet, but literally it looked like he was getting like small red dots all around, but when you look at him, they're not super noticeable. So I brought him in, and my doctor, I loved my pediatrician, because he was just like, right after he was looking at it, he was like, it's definitely hand, foot, mouth, you're totally correct, like, and I love that, because I had heard a lot of people online were like, oh, my doctor couldn't give me a straight up answer and stuff, but he was like, no, it is that, good job, kind of a thing. And he sent me home with this hand, foot, mouth disease for a child information. The reason it's all crinkled is because a huge bumblebee flew into our car and Pat smashed it and killed it in the back seat with our papers. But pretty much it just says hand, foot, mouth disease is an illness caused by a virus. It is usually seen in young children. This virus causes small ulcers in the mouth, throat, lips, cheeks, gums, and tongue, and small blisters or red spots may appear on the palms, hands, diaper area, soles of feet. There's usually a low-grade fever and poor appetite. Hand, foot, mouth disease is not a serious illness and usually goes away within 1 to 2 weeks. The painful sores in the mouth area may prevent your child from eating and drinking. It takes 3 to 5 days for the illness to appear in an exposed child. Generally, it is the most contagious during the first week of illness. Sometimes people can be contagious for days or weeks after symptoms have disappeared. So, yeah, pretty much it can be transmitted from person to person by touching nose, mouth, eye, diaper area, touching any of that, sneezing, coughing, blowing nose, touching contaminated objects, toys, doorknobs, kissing, stuff like that. So I really think that he got it when we went to our family reunion and there was a million kids. That's where I think he got it because, I mean, I'm a stay-at-home and so he doesn't really get exposed to that much. So when we went out, he was exposed to a bunch of different stuff, which I'm like, that's okay as long as it's not super serious. If you ever suspect it, I would definitely just bring your kid in. But luckily, he didn't need antibiotics and it was nothing more serious. But seriously, you kind of freak out when you start seeing red bumps all over your baby. But we are on like day... He started showing symptoms on on his birthday. So we're like day 4. And when we went in, the doctor was like, the worst is probably over. He doesn't have a fever anymore. He still is not sleeping good and always wanting to breastfeed, which is kind of hard. Thank you. Can you clap? And Bruce is 1, just like that. You're a 1-year-old. What's on your head? Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. And if you hit the little bell on the next to the subscribe button twice, you will get notified whenever I put videos up. Otherwise, have a great day, and we will see you in our next video. Bye, guys. Oh, and our next video is probably going to be his first birthday party, so you're going to want to subscribe. Bruce, can you say bye-bye? Okay. Oh, you want to put that on your head? Oh. Do you want to lay down on the pillow? Do you want to lay down on the pillow? Lay your head down.